Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to go into greater detail about Antoine Griezmann's case. So I know that many of you guys have already read the title on what this video is going to be about, but I first want to read you guys some other further details regarding Antoine Griezmann's potential move to Atletico Madrid. And it says here that Griezmann is ready to lower his annual salary in order for him to return to Atletico Madrid. His signing to Atletico Madrid is a request coming from Diego Simeone, and that is going to be the latest details. Antoine Griezmann is willing to lower the 37 million euro wage that he does receive at Barcelona to a wage where Atletico Madrid can say that we do accept bringing in Griezmann back into Atletico Madrid. But that is not the whole point of this video. I do want to talk about Antoine Griezmann's time at FC Barcelona, right? Was it a failure? And why is Griezmann wanting to leave FC Barcelona now more than ever? And so we're not going to be discussing the swap deal that's taking place. We're not going to be talking about Saul. We're not going to be talking about the pros and cons of this whole swap deal that Barcelona and Atletico Madrid do want to make. I just want to specifically talk about the player itself, because if Griezmann does leave on the weekend or before the week does end, one very important question is going to be, was Griezmann's time at Barcelona a failure? Because look, you can get a sense that the only reason why Barcelona and Antoine Griezmann is now accepting that they should part ways, you can see that maybe they came into a conclusion that all of this was a mistake. But let's backtrack just a little bit, right? Because here's the one thing that I do want to clear out. When Griezmann knew that he was going to go to FC Barcelona, he knew that this was going to be his next big move. He knew that he was going to go there to be a legend at Barcelona, to be a star at that club, or and overall to upgrade his career. But here is going to be something that Griezmann has said back in the fall of 2019 when he first started at Barcelona, and this is what he said, and I quote, "I did not leave Atletico Madrid to win the Champions League or win more titles. I came here to Barcelona to learn a new style of play, a new philosophy, and to grow on a personal level. Atletico can also win La Liga and the Champions League. They have the team and the coach to do it." And the main reason why I do want to bring this up is because this whole narrative, right? The way that everyone is saying through the media and saying that Griezmann came into Barcelona to win titles, but now look at him, he has only won one title in 2 years. If anything, Atletico Madrid saw more success than FC Barcelona. That narrative needs to go out. Because if we were to go based off that, right? If we were to talk about how Griezmann came to Barcelona to only win titles, then yes, we could say that it was a failure. But that was never Griezmann's intentions. It is clear that based off what Griezmann did say a couple of years ago, Griezmann came to Barcelona to learn a new style of play, a new philosophy. Griezmann never said that he came to Barcelona to win more titles and to be more successful than at Atletico Madrid. And this is why when Griezmann came to Barcelona, he knew that he had to make adjustments. We knew that Griezmann had to readjust his game because he was going to be playing under one man, and that is Lionel Messi. Because if we were to look at Messi's game and who he is at Barcelona today, he is a player that likes to play in the middle and be around the central defensive midfielders and around the wingers and behind the attackers. He likes to collect the ball from deep and create in what's in front of him on the field. What I just described right there is exactly Griezmann's game. And because Griezmann's role is almost the exact same like Lionel Messi, that basically means that when he came to Barcelona, he did not take that role. He took the role on what he usually saw around him throughout his years of playing, which was to become a left winger or a right winger or a striker. Messi was always going to be what Griezmann was at Atletico Madrid or at France. And that is why we did see the Frenchman always very uncomfortable, always looking unnatural on where he did play. And again, Griezmann, before he came to Barcelona, he knew all of this. He knew exactly what he was doing. And yes, he did make some statements about how uncomfortable he was at Barcelona. Like for example, this is what he did say 2 months ago. "I tried to get in between the center backs, get into space, make space for my teammates, but it is not my natural position." Then we can even go back to July 2020, and a source coming from Griezmann's environment said this about his situation: "It's a very strange situation. He is feeling good, training well, so we do not understand at all what is happening. There was frustration, anger, rage, a feeling of powerlessness, a bit of everything." And now seeing this, right? Seeing that it is clear that Griezmann came into this new style of play and finding it very hard to adjust to this style of play, we can come into a conclusion that this was the fault of Barcelona for not being aware of the type of players that they were taking in. And when I mean by Barcelona, I mean the Barcelona under ex-president Bartomeu, the way that they ran this club and not even having an idea on how to sign players. This is the reason why Griezmann had a hard time adjusting, is because they allowed Griezmann to make his choice, to make his own challenges. And sometimes the player is not always 100% correct. I do applaud Griezmann for testing himself and challenging himself in the best moments of his career, but the club has to make a statement. The club has to also be accountable on what players come in and what players do come out. Barcelona 2 or 3 years ago did not do that. And you better bet that the only reason now Barcelona are pushing for this move to push Griezmann away to Atletico Madrid, it is because they do want to renew Messi's contract. There is starting to become more reasons on why Griezmann should be leaving more than ever. And Griezmann is seeing all of this. But if we were to see and evaluate his past 2 seasons, yes, it is safe to say that it has not been enough and that it has not worked. And Griezmann has seen this. But if we were to look at the numbers that he has brought to Barcelona, he has scored 15 goals and 4 assists in 48 matches in his first season. Moving on to the second season, he has scored 20 goals and provided 13 assists within his second season and did play a total of 51 games. So yes, just reading by the numbers, many are going to be assuming, wow, this is a great player. But here is what's most important. A player being involved fully and being in action fully throughout the whole course of a 90-minute game is way more important than just scoring 1 goal or providing 1 assist and then disappearing for the rest of the 89 minutes. Because that is what Griezmann was to FC Barcelona. He did not show up for about 65 minutes and then scored a goal and then disappeared again. When you are at a club like FC Barcelona, that cannot be allowed. Every player must be involved in every play. Every player needs to be in action. For example, would you much rather take the player, which was Lionel Messi against Man City back in 2015, even though he did not score a goal, or would you rather take Antoine Griezmann, who scored a goal against Granada that brought them into the next round? Which player would you take? It would be Lionel Messi. Why? Because he was involved, because he looked dangerous, because that was a game where he showed that even though he does not need to provide an assist or a goal, he can still be dangerous. And that is why it is so important. And that is why I do think that Barcelona, alongside Jordi Cruyff, Mateo Alemán, have came to that conclusion that this is not a player that gets involved too much in Barcelona's play. So was this a failure? Was Griezmann's move to Barcelona a complete failure? Let me tell you guys one thing. I do not think that it was a failure. And I'm saying this because what did fail though was Barcelona trying to run the club between the years of 2014 and 2020. That was the biggest mistake. That was the ultimate failure. And that is going to be the conclusion. Griezmann knew before he went to this club that he was going to be uncomfortable, knowing that he was not going to be playing in his natural position, and he was going to play a certain brand of football that he has never tried in his career. But I do applaud this player. If Griezmann leaves FC Barcelona by the end of this week, I am going to congratulate him for trying to be involved, because he was involved in 52 games out of the 99 matches that he has played, while at the same time knowing that Griezmann was never a perfect fit for FC Barcelona. And that, my friends, is something to be very proud of and does deserve some recognition. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.